Yo, what's up, YouTube? Once again, here is the Studio Dead. I am Zeiss, as you all know.
Drake,
the Dead Man,
and we are here to give you a retrospective on the Def Jam series. Well, most of them anyway.
Now, before we get into that, we want to thank everybody who leaves comments, good or bad. We don't care. That means you watched our videos, and we like that. One of our videos, the Ocarina / Bioshock one, has reached over 200 hits. Usually people celebrate at 1 million hits, whatever else. We're not that petty.
That's right, people. Our standards was just that low.
Really. So, to all of our YouTube folk, to everybody watching, thanks.
thank you.
Amen.
Yeah, good.
Now, here at the Studio Dead, we usually like to do things in order. But for once, this Def Jam series has got us all turned around. So we're doing it out of order. Yeah, a little.
Fuck a little.
Our first game is going to be
Def Jam Icon. The worst of the three.
Fuck you who made that fucking piece of shit. Like, fucking
We actually had
shit.
issues in preparation for the game,
Issues?
in playing the
Issues.
game, and after the game, and
we're still having issues.
yes.
Look, here's the thing about it, alright? We got into an argument over it. Seriously, this game is just genuinely that bad. We usually don't argue about a lot of things, you know, hence the sword fights, the hospital bills, the reattachment of limbs. It gets kind of expensive after a while, so we tend to agree on a lot of things. But here's what happens when one of us
Fuck you both.
really doesn't like the game. Check it out.
Really?
Hello, YouTube. Zeiss here once again, representing Studio Dead. We have an argument once again, and you all know what that means. Sword fight.
That's right, YouTube. Now, the thing is that when we play a game, we play the game 100%. Not half-assed. We don't believe in that. So, if Drake feels that he gets to a certain point in the game and thinks he needs to quit, bullshit. Play the game. A little tough love, I don't care what it takes. Alright? So we're going to get into a sword fight at this point. I mean, as you can see, I don't even have a sword right now.
Ah! You fucking motherfuckers! Don't make me ever play a game! Never again!
Drake, stop! Drake!
Fuck no!
Drake, stop!
What?
You're beating him up!
No shit!
Dude,
it's a fight!
You forgot the sword!
Oh, thanks! Oh! Here we go! Oh, shit!
Well, that's one up for Drake, but what he's forgotten is that I'm the reason why he had to play Def Jam Icon in the first place. So pretty much, Dead Man, the pink cushion dummy, pretty much took the blunt up from me. But then again, when you're smooth like that, it all works.
What?
Oh shit! Ooh. For once, the black man made it.
At my expense.
Too slick.
And I won. Fucking first win against him. Ever.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Fucking owned it.
You got a little something.
No, I don't.
You right
Yeah,
there.
it's called a victory smile. Oh, fuck! Oh!
Win.
Fine, now shut the fuck up!
Win.
Oh.
Anyways, coming back to Def Jam Icon. We're coming off of a game previous to that had one of the best customization systems ever. And I do mean ever. You could design your character to look exactly like you in so many ways and aspects that it wasn't even funny. Now, the thing about it is that we loved the game before this, but we're not talking about the game before this, we're talking about Icon itself. The customization feature...
You look like me. You want me black? Even if you're white? Albino? No problem. You'll look black.
You'll look black. It really doesn't matter.
No.
Drake, as soon as he stops bleeding, will come back and tell you about that. I'm Spanish. I'm quite pale. I'm not exactly the brown skin, honey type guy, but, you know, still, I look like him. I look black. Even with long hair and the whole 10 yards.
You will be black.
And you know what? I made the whitest person I can make, and you know what? I still couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't even figure if he was white at all. Because once he opened his mouth, you get a bing! It's kind of like his voice coming out of my mouth.
Really doesn't work that well.
I would normally say chocolicious, but that's just an insult to chocolate being chocolate.
Now, the thing about it is that this game should have kept what was a beautiful and wonderful system for fighting, but it didn't. In fact, it came up with this entirely new, horrible system. The combos are a joke. The fighting system itself is a joke. The blocking is non-existent. The counters, the whole 10 yards.
Really?
Oh,
You're going to replace blazing with that?
exploding scenery. Come on. In blocking, I don't have to hold a button, hold a direction, and hope I've got the block right. That's just bullshit.
Seriously, you actually had to plan, figure out what your opponent was going to do at least a second before he knew what he was going to do.
A second? Dude, that's too generous. I mean, by the time you figured out what he was going to do, it was already landed on your face.
Oh yeah.
This game has some of the most random difficulties. The controls went from absolutely beautiful to broken, and it was the whole gamut at the same time. Like I said, this game had no standard. It just went all over the place. People that made this, Def Jam, I think it was EA off the top of my head. What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
So, moving on, because let's just put it this way, the Icon sucked.
That's enough of the negatives.
Sucked.
Yeah.
I haven't even found a single thing good, so sucked is kind of like giving it a little bit more a cherished look. No, it fucking blows! Floppy donkey dick.
Big floppy donkey dick.
For starters.
Hairy floppy donkey dick.
Now,
With a little sweat.
Def Jam Vendetta, the very first of the games. We're going to do this one out of order, like we already said. Def Jam Vendetta, brought a whole new concept, was to involve music, rap artists, and producers into a video game that gave somewhat of a cool story. It really was kind of a cool story. The gameplay mechanics itself, well...
Not yet finished.
Well, the thing is that, they try to mix it up with street fighting and wrestling, etc., etc. And, really, unless you took the time to really learn the game, it was more of a headache than a pleasure.
Really complex.
But it passes just because it was the first of the franchise. It was something new. It brought something new to the table. So, that's why we give it a pass.
We do give it a pass.
Yeah.
The story was cool. Honestly, it's the only thing that kept me playing. Honestly, like, the voiceovers themselves, I mean, I know these guys aren't actors, but they did pretty well.
Yeah.
They did pretty well. I mean, if you want a comparison, Def Jam Vendetta, in all its, first generation glory versus 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, I'll get Def Jam Vendetta tattooed on my chest.
Seriously.
And it's not just my personal hatred for 50 Cent. It's not. Anyways, Def Jam Vendetta, really cool game, was incorporated into the second game and was just completely left out of the third. But you know what? I'm glad. Icon was just is a standalone, and as far as we're concerned, does not belong in that series.
Oh yes.
Doesn't.
But thankfully, from Vendetta came the glorious sequel.
Oh yeah.
Def Jam
Fight for New York.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It deserves the
Hallelujah.
Angelics. Oh yeah.
This, even though it's in the greatest hits and platinum series of both the PS2 and the Xbox, it deserves more praise. This game rocks.
Yes.
As a fighting game.
The fighting mechanics were beautiful. It was crisp. I mean, the button sequences were very easily, and it was easy to figure out. Not only that, the combination moves and everything else is just easy to pick up.
One example. There are 5 different fighting styles in the game. Street Fighter, kickboxing, martial arts, wrestling, and submissions. This game was so complex that your style would change depending on what style you started off with first. If you, for example, started off with Street Fighter, then later incorporated kickboxing to your style, and then wrestling to your style, you will actually come up with a different fighter, even if you use all three of those styles, but started off different. As in, like, if wrestling was your first style, and then kickboxing, and then Street Fighter, your style will be completely different. We love the complexity of Fight for New York.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
yeah, we do.
yes.
Now, moving on from the complexity of the fighting system, we have to cover the customization. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, goddamn beautiful. Do it again. We wanted more.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the customization, you can customize anything from the height of your character to the body type, to the clothes they wear, and unlike Icon, you don't have to look like a thug the entire time. Yeah, my character looked like a rock guy, dressed exactly like me.
All right, I'm back,
And
guys.
I actually was able to make a white guy that actually sounded white.
White.
I'm back. I had to do something else. Yeah.
You at least used a towel, right?
2 of them.
A beach towel.
Wouldn't enough. I had 2 of them.
Anyways,
Just make sure you bleach my walls. Okay, anyways.
he already did.
Second coat.
Oh. Back to the customization. Even the tattoos were based upon levels. You had to unlock one part of the tattoo to get to the next part of the tattoo to get to the whole tattoo itself. And even then, you still had another ways to go. This game made playing it worthwhile because you had so many things to unlock, so many things to achieve, so many things to work for. And we love that. We love that. Now, on top of that is the story.
Yes.
Unlike Vendetta, unlike Icon, there is an actual reason for you to be fighting. That's
Exactly.
right. Control of New York against Snoop Dogg. Snoop, much love. Well played character.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And when it comes down to it, I mean, like he said, I mean, the storyline was a lot better and you had a reason to fight. Icon, I still don't know how you incorporate, okay, I just beat his ass, so I sold 300 records.
Yeah. I'll get in a fight, sells records. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. I mean, watching it on televised television is like, hey, he beat his ass. Let's go get it.
But back to the goodness that is Fight for New York.
Yes.
We're covering all the good parts because you know what? There is a lot of good to go over. The finishers, known as blaze moves. Some of them were ridiculous. Some of them were just plain out painful.
Some were just over the top.
And some was just all of the above.
But we loved them. Loved them. God damn it.
I mean, seriously, you know, MMA, UFC, Strikeforce, this is what it'd be like if it was like
Let loose.
Yeah, in the street.
This is the best fighting game ever.
It is. I mean, it's a lot better than most any other fighting games I've ever played. Because, I mean, a punch was a punch, a kick was a kick, and you can actually blend it together depending on how you were fighting.
Now, and fighting game fans, you know, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, you know, don't tear our heads off, okay? It's like,
Because
those are great games as well. You know, do not take us wrong, but for when you want, if you want down and dirty fighting, like street fighting, like, you know, there's no rules, no nothing.
No fireballs, no flying harpies, no flaming comets falling from space.
You know,
No
just
weird,
down and
furry,
dirty.
hairy creature trying to bust lightning out his ass somehow.
You know, just down and dirty fist action. You know what? This is the game. You know,
Yes.
if you're looking for that, this is the game to get.
And if you're looking for a game that you don't have to worry about button mashing, where you can actually strategically plan your fights, yeah.
Precisely. You know.
And on top of that, one of the things I love about this game is that it's a learning computer.
Yeah.
The same moves you use on one person will not work on the second.
Nope.
And the same moves you pulled the last couple of seconds will not work the next couple of seconds.
And make sure to learn your opponent's fighting style. If they have a certain fighting style, you make sure to incorporate it into that in your strategy when you play the game, because it will make a difference.
A big difference.
So, from the Studio Dead, thanks again for watching The Dead Man.
Zeiss.
And Drake.
Tune in next time